Caitlyn instead. The long
Bro,
range
it's 5 fucking
power
a.m.
in the
Wake the fuck up!
You think about long-range champs that often pair up with Azir. Ezreal and Caitlyn are two very prominent ones. Caitlyn also gives you a very strong bottom side of the map, and Gumayushi, he's been known for a pretty good Caitlyn performance here and there.
That's all right, yeah.
So definitely showing that respect towards him. Will T1 look to ban away further AD carries, or will they actually... Oh, they're going to choose to remove the Sejuani so that they can limit that Renekton Sejuani strong top side of the map.
So they've taken away a lot of the tanks, but not the Poppy. So they could go Rel plus Poppy and have a very, very strong front line. And the Poppy also could have pretty good W value versus all three of the T1 champions at the moment. But they want to jump on the Kai'Sa pick first, it looks like.
We'll just make it really
Oh, the Senna hover.
Oh, boy. Give me more.
Inspired by North America, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, you know the classic NA inspiring Korea.
No audio?
I think the last time that actually happened, and it was T1 picking up too, was all the way back to 2016 MSI. Aframu, exactly, for CLG. But hey!
Oh,
told you! Told you so! He can pull it out whenever he wants, baby! He has the card!
Yes.
You can pull the Nidalee card whenever you want if you are
playing League of Legends.
and it's with the Renekton, okay? The best combo with the Nidalee.
For those that don't know, that don't get to watch the LPL that much, Shun is a very well-known Nidalee player. This is one of his comfort picks, something that even earns respect bans domestically in the LPL.
Die, baby!
When they used it against LNG, I didn't love it. I wasn't a big fan of it. But let's see how it works out today against T1.
I mean, I'm a resident Nidalee hater. I feel like the champion can often run into a lot of difficulties, but the situation where it always works best is with guaranteed CC to set it up for the spears.
Renekton Nidalee.
Exactly. When it has something like Renekton, point and click, you can't really mess those up, and it makes it easy for the Nidalee to get in there and get the ball rolling, because she needs to stay ahead of the pace of the game. She needs to lead the way in terms of tempo. If she falls behind, she's a really cool ranged minion.
Yeah.
I mean,
really cool.
She's a really difficult champion to play. You kind of want to get off the gate very early, stealing away camps, leveraging your mobility. You could bully a Jarvan. There's very little he can do against the Nidalee, but you need that priority in lanes. I don't think T1's going to be looking to give it anytime soon.
This is why I love this team, though. BLG has so much swagger. They're always willing to pay these hard-to-execute picks.
That's such a crime.
I want to see the early jungle path here and how aggressive
Ride
he
or
can,
fucking
he can
die.
take, because that top side of the map, that is BLG territory, okay?
I mean, Zeus versus Bin. A top lane matchup that I think everyone is excited to watch once more. These two players are some of the best in that role. You can hear the support for T1. NA versus EU earlier the crowd was hyped there during the games, but now the home crowd favorites. They're in the house.
T1
it's
in
always
the blue.
Fun to hear those differences when there's one of the home teams
T1 in the blue.
In the building.
And it's T1, man. Like, the most popular
Faker
team in the
on
world.
Azir.
Exactly.
Zeus
All right, a reminder, you can log into your Riot account on
Jarvan.
and watch Worlds Live to earn exclusive Worlds emotes and icons. That's right now. It's
There's
live.
a
Go do it,
Nidalee in the game.
allesports.com. But let's see how this early game is going to play out now, because I'm so interested in this Nidalee pick specifically. How do they enable it? How do they get it going?
So the beauty of what we get to see is we actually saw this bot lane matchup earlier in the G2 NRG series, and the range advantage, the highest level,
yes, of course.
The range advantage that this Senna Tahm Kench does give you in the early game is that you can really have a lot of control in the bot side of the map. Interestingly, BLG going for a bit of a delayed invade here.
Yeah, Owner. Could be under pressure, as you can see. They see it marked with a spear. The three-man invade coming out from BLG. Crash down. Not going to find anything other than the red buff. Now they're backing away. Red buff still at about 1,000 HP. Owner taking some damage, gets ignited, has to continue falling back. Shun still trying to find a little bit of poke here.
Fuck. Oh no, oh god, oh no.
Nicely
oh
catching
god in
the
heaven.
Now Shun's
no,
get up,
get him,
get up, get up. 100 HP. They're nearly it's first blood back on the T1. The invade crashes and burns.
Oh, he's getting fucked. Dude, Carrier, get him.
To try to get away.
Get him, Carrier.
The flash is already down. Can he escape the power of the Kench? He's been hit with the lick. The flash of the wall.
Wait a minute.
How many licks to the center of a Nidalee pop? It's only going to take one more. Showfall.
Carrier, my king.
The game for T1, and he ain't done yet. Gumayushi's coming in. Carrier's got a red buff.
Wait a minute. No, not another one. Not another one. Not another one, baby.
Wow! On barely lives but Keria is a monster.
Another knockup coming out as Elk. He shouldn't die here, but he's
my God, they're dominating the lane.
BLG
they're dominating. What a start.
Clever, and T1 smacked him right in the mouth.
It's because I stayed
saw
up.
this matchup earlier. Once they get ahead, they become oppressive as all hell.
Yeah, we might have to throw out this data. With the way that level 1 went, this is going to influence the stats.
Oh, it is. My goodness. The idea
you gotta remove the VOD so fast. Yeah, this
is
VOD's
to delay invade and believe that you can win out on the 3 versus 3. But the engage from on whiffs.
And now Ari's staying. Ari's not even back from her contract yet, so I'm glad I stayed
rail
up.
actually collides with the wall. And once they don't have that initial damage, then T1 can just use the range advantage. They also got a bit of sustain coming in from Gumayushi. The Guardian from the Tom Kench as well meant that in the extended fight, T1 came out
is a little down in mid lane.
Owner did lose his red buff. I think you can quite clearly say that this was worth it for T1.
Yeah, a little bit
Definitely
cooked.
so. And Faker, I believe he's the one who came first, even with the Conqueror not going with the Hellblades mid-Azir.
Wait, didn't G2 just lose?
All things pointing towards
Wait, I'm sorry.
Here. Now,
you frogs, I'm sorry.
I
didn't recognize your game. I didn't recognize that your best team got cooked by NRG. No, I'm glad you're here, though. Appreciate it.
Coming into the game,
seriously
of top
appreciate
lane
it.
And looking towards Renekton plays and flash stunning into spear combos. You have to think about bottom lane now with so many people blowing
so
their
quiet.
flashes.
Yeah, lots of stuff down. Are there any summoner spells still remaining?
Don't worry.
Gumayushi
North
has
America
his
will lose.
On just about
EU
to
will
get
lose.
That ignite
but at the end of the day, we can all cheer for Korea.
Down here.
Shun able to
specifically,
second crab.
SK Telecom T1 and not Gen G.
Dive, but now the counterattack with the crest. Spear goes wide.
Okay.
Wait a minute though. Wait a minute though. Another counterplay coming out from Owner, but Keiria's killed instead. BLG on the board. That game's not done yet, boys.
Yeah, very smart. You have to pay attention to that bottom lane. They return to the scene of the crime.
They had such a good bottom lane lead.
They're looking for a dive.
Oh, they're gonna dive.
I think that with Owner,
how did this happen?
Gumayushi's very squishy.
How did this happen? Guma, where are you going, my king?
HP. Shun trying to tag him with the auto attack, slow him down first, but he misses the spear.
Guma might go.
Gumayushi can escape.
Well, I thought for sure he was dead. Wait, Guma might go? Wait a minute.
Owner jumps in, doesn't hit
Faker.
Faker's coming!
But now Faker's ready to clean these guys up. Level 5 Azir.
No, wait, he's getting chased though.
But Yagal's coming around behind him. Faker's going to chase these guys out. They can disengage in time, but now Faker goes in after Yagal. He's got the higher DPS, so he'll try to use those soldiers a little bit. Man, what a crazy early game.
This is the weirdest way to watch a sporting event.
Just get like a with the direction that they're going right now.
Like a microscope and put it to the bottom left.
Oh, no, I mean, Yago has much higher hit accuracy than some of the Cadral Qs in his history, but that's fine, that's fine. So we can see this initial play. The Q does go wide from Shun, and it's a good, promising engage from T1, but the re-engage from On. The spear goes wide, but it doesn't matter. Gumayushi's forced to flash.
I hope Faker pulls out Phase the last game as a good guide for it.
Early on in the game, we talked about how Nidalee could just bully a Jarvan out of the early jungle, and that's because of how much stronger she is in those early skirmishes.
That was such a good start, and they kind of blew it a little bit.
Nidalee in the extended fight will come out on top.
So it's 6 minutes into the game, and Shun also hasn't based, by the way, on this Nidalee. He's going to go for another clear.
Games, can you squat with me?
Possibly into the Krugs
what's happening right now?
For
you can't tell right there in this little picture. T1 is up 2-1.
All right,
this is a co-stream.
Just a little bit of poking back and forth.
There's a site for co-streaming.
This game has led us to believe that anything could happen at any point here in the first 6 minutes.
It's so
Can you explain league stuff in Bionicle terms?
Matchups like this, and we're like, the top lane. Zeus versus
This is the battle for
Everyone's
Matanui,
super
dude.
amped to watch those two compete, and then we have a look at top lane. Dead even in farm. The lane is neutral. It's the team fights where we'll really see their impact.
Just stream it on
bot
Kick.
lane is where the chaos is rampant. Faker once again makes his way out onto the minimap, moving into that fog of war, creating that sense of pressure that Elk and On have to worry about. Jun has finally been able to base, has picked himself up a first key component.
Nice Mega Nart
winning the top fight?
Why doesn't he go for the aggressively with Ben, hops back into him at the crunch. Ben still getting away. Wallop doesn't hit, no more follow-up there. Of course, just trying to put as much damage into him as he can, with Ben still having both the flash and the dominance. There's not really any true kill potential there.
Yeah, also we
I
just
never thought I would see
Owner
the
go
Ustream.
into the
Well, it's kind of weird because I'm not. I'm just reacting to this. This is me going live to get the T1 energy. Everyone, EU, Asia, America, Canada.
Just grab that ward by mid lane. The mid laner's just been farming, so they're fine with
all of you need to combine, unite,
they did get an alert, so both of them
and cheer for SK Telecom T1 so that I can go to Korea have them win in the finals, and then get a new tattoo. This is the great United moment. This is the last chance for the world to be united before World War III.
Keria forced to flash out of that one just to escape, but now they're looking for an angle with Owner.
Australia,
On still trying to get away,
too.
back into the river. Shun and Elk falling back to their own tier 1.
Is anyone near the finals?
Time. Owner can't get in there from an EQ.
Really.
So just a bit of testing the waters.
But it's the first real challenge that T1's run up against.
The flash being lost from Keria.
That could, like,
But
make
the
a
gold
break.
advantage still
If
sits
they win
in
this,
T1's
they get in the
favor.
brackets.
Once again, looking for something.
Can you not show game? Unfortunately, no, I can't.
They can't see it, right? If we get an opportunity to toggle that vision, that control ward is limiting that. What T1 can see right now. Guma usually has no mana.
It just got 6 though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to take that fight anymore, and they
Well,
got
I'm at a very
Herald and
expensive
Dragon both
dinner
up
with
on
the wife. Can you wait until
both
tomorrow
these
to
teams
stream?
have their eyes set on the bot lane, and it looks like no early
Turn off your
objective
fucking
gonna
phone!
Why
are you even pulling up my stream at all at dinner with your wife?
To try to poke at these guys. We talked back when we saw
You should
this
be at
matchup
home
the
with
first
her
time,
watching the T1 game with my commentary.
From the Senna
Cancel dinner. You shouldn't even be out at dinner, bro. You can't watch this best experience on the phone.
It's so easy to just constantly try to take these trades. If you're the Tom Kench, go up, trade Tongue Lash with something else. Eat a Void Seeker for a Tongue Lash. Senna's going to heal it off.
Gentlemen, how crazy. You know, you've already had your big upset today, but is it NA that's also innovated the bot lane meta? Have they found the answer to things like Xayah?
It might just be the energy special, man.
We'll take credit, yeah. I mean, it's for sure been getting scrimmed by a bunch of teams, but I'm down.
I saw NA play it first, Kobe. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm feeling in a good mood, so
let's
we'll accept all credit here. 4K help, though, on this Herald, and Shun is watching.
Let's go.
Everybody's coming. Zaya's a little bit further, or Kaisa, but
it's a party.
Still.
It's a party up here in the top side river.
For my boys at
the Herald not going to be taken down just yet. They're going to smite it away. Owner picks up the eyeball. Everybody came to the party, but now we're all leaving to go do our homework. Keria finds a Tongue Lash on the Yagao. No more follow-up here just yet. Nice root coming out from Guma. Yoshi now looking to go in. There's the combo. T1 ain't going to kill anybody just yet. Yagao barely gets away. Owner's ready to swoop in for the Cataclysm. And On gets turned off. Guma Yoshi flips the switch. And now Shun tries to fire back. Massive double kill over the top. Guma Yoshi is shooting straight.
Senna's gonna get some bans in the future. I can feel it. That is 3 kills all in the hands of Guma now.
Damn, they played that so well. They kept fucking trading damage, getting in and out.
With Elk.
They hit everything, and no one died. I thought it was fucking over.
He's not going to be able to interrupt Baker here. Should be able to finish off the cannon and push that one in
the footsteps of the world's greatest Fizz, Atrioc.
Initially for T1. And you'll see here, once they go into the fight, like, the response from BLG is good. Like, yeah, the shockwave comes through, CCing Faker on with a response as well. Owner's not in the fight yet. It's when Owner re-engages and it starts going in their favor. And I was worried for Guma stuck here on the front lines, but he gets so much health back.
Owner gets out, then bam, that long range.
And the crowd erupts here in Seoul.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how Guma ate the tankier member, ate Owner, and Guma's like, all right, fine, I guess I'm flashing out.
8 p.m. on an Australian Saturday. All my friends are busy doing party shit, but this is where it's at.
So I'll be able to protect your flash.
Look at the gold.
This is where it's at,
picking
bro.
up 3 kills in the bot lane.
This is where it's at.
Alongside Faker, they are identical.
Your friends are not at a party, bro. They're all at a fucking watch party.
They're at
a watch party. Watching this.
Total damage. Zaya's topping those charts, but it's pretty easy to do when you're Nara against a melee. Flashing forward. Mega
not even possible. Not even possible. What a goal! What a goal, dude! Under tower, 1v1 solo kill?
Zayas is
Get the
locked
fuck
in.
out of
BLG
this
are trying to
game,
respond, but
BLG.
they may
Get
be
out,
getting collapsed on.
Go next.
Keria comes in with the abyssal dive. They're ready to reinforce Owner and
I gotta
make
run tomorrow. Come on.
That he doesn't get jumped by the members of BLG that were looking for
literally
a play.
diff. Top diff.
Not going to really do a whole lot here as T1 can just walk it off.
I really do want to put more emphasis on Zayas. He did so much work when T1 had such a hard year losing Faker for so long.
At 11 minutes.
Really, Zayas was doing overtime trying to keep them together.
You got to run today? Oh,
very,
yeah, I gotta
very
run.
good recovery from this
Whatever,
team
I'll get
to be
up
able
and do it,
to
then I'll take
make it through playoffs, make it here to Worlds, and especially on these types of picks for Faker, the Azir, the Nico, definitely their comfort zone.
I mean, T1 have just set themselves up
Bro, I gotta be up in like 3
Elk in a bit of
hours.
danger.
It's worth it.
Looking for another one. Keria goes in for Elk.
I would love
Forces
a
him
nice
to try to play defensively.
T1.
Kuma has so much range, so much
Kuma
damage.
is just that
Elk is going to get rooted up. He pops
he missed. Well played, Elk, you dumb son of a bitch.
Nice play there from Guma. really leveraging the range to his advantage and bullying this Kai'Sa out on trying to respond.
It's so difficult to do when the top catch is right there with the Devour ready for the save. If On would have committed, they could have immediately countered there with Carrion, no problem. Rift Herald summoned up here.
Apparently
They're
right
looking
now,
for
bro.
plates.
These guys are better than
BLG's gonna stop them. Already grabbing that first one.
Nice, dude.
There's another one going over with the charge.
They're just forcing the tower down.
Don't think they quite have enough damage to get the fourth after the extra resistances have been added, so they'll walk away from that. But it's a 2,500 gold lead for T1.
2,500 gold.
Guma found like 10 stacks in that single skirmish. He was just constantly hitting onto his opponent.
Look at Renekton, he's down 2 levels.
I just clicked on the souls to try and check in. He's already 49
what are you doing?
right now.
Go back
it's
to
kind of a shooting
gold.
gallery down there in the
what
bottom.
are you
There was so
doing?
much action.
You're getting completely
starting from level 1.
And in the context of this comp, Zeus, he's going for another kill.
You're getting completely gassed,
He's going to show
bro.
restraint. He did have a 2-level lead. I really thought he'd look for the dive. I guess he doesn't have full information yet. But you look at these little wards in the enemy jungle. I'm moving the wrong mouse. You can see these just littered to get a bit of information as to where Shun is, giving Zeus the freedom to play as aggressively as he wants. But let's look back at this
one of us.
And he's doing so
I'm
well because
EU
Nar's going to turn
today,
into
but
such
I'm
a
not one of
powerful
you
split
because
push
my
and
team
fight presence
is
for
not
T1.
losing to fucking NRG.
I believe too for live right now. I'd like to. I wonder if there's a picture-in-picture we can see for the Dragon
That's the
setup.
difference.
T1
God, that was such a fucking
are in a
sick
really
solo
prime
kill.
position to
That
start
was just a
setting up the
fucking
objectives. When you're getting Zeus solo kills like this, when you're winning team fights, well, there you go.
There it is.
Revealed. Yes, easy setup for them as expected. Dragon number 1. It's decently late into the game, but they should be able to snowball pretty effectively.
Their position
Amazing
around
time
the
to stream
dragon
for a
is the
Swedish
dragon's
frog. Well, you better be a Swedish
nice
league frog, otherwise the
have
stream
when
means
you're
nothing to
looking
you.
get the
That's
game
what I was expecting.
snowballing forward.
I
You know
guess
what
we
I'm
didn't
saying?
need the picture-in-picture pop-up to confirm.
So coming into this series, I look back at all of T1's games, and against TL, they had a difficult early game.
Let's
they
go, Faker.
really
Get that
do
bot
much.
turret.
Against Genji,
Get
they
that bot
actually had a
turret,
pretty
baby.
solid early game, but then it was the team fights where
3K
they ended up
gold lead
falling
now?
short. And then against Cloud9,
Not looking good.
they
Not
ended
getting
up looking
better for
incredibly clean
BLG.
from start to finish. And it feels like throughout this tournament, they have just been ramping up as they often do when they come to international events. You know, this team in the group stage has their worst record ever is 5-1. They only lose a game.
Wow, that must be so horrible.
Crossing 1 hour,
I'm just
you're
told
going to
this
miss
is a
the
Swiss stage,
second win,
not
I
a
think.
group
But
stage.
my point is, though, that this team has already lost once to
Alright, so
Genji,
Faker's
and they are
up,
saying we're not losing anymore.
That's the roof.
Actually,
That
just
is
3
the
CS,
roof.
not a big
And,
deal. It's
coming
top
into
gap
this
and
series,
bot gap
they are
right now.
looking
Faker's
strong.
just
Their
doing
early
his
game
job.
is looking good, but BLG are known for their team fighting, their ability to play the
BLG are known for their
5v5s,
team
but with the
fighting.
gold
the
advantage
fuck
continuing
up.
to grow, it might
Who's this
not
caster?
matter as T1 is in a fantastic position.
I mean, T1's
this
still
caster, bro? He doesn't
stinging
know
from
shit about
MSI.
shit.
They want revenge over BLG for that elimination.
Vedius?
BLG taking them 3-1
He's a
and
fraud,
kicking
dude.
them out.
Fraudius.
So definitely
I'm
have
sorry,
a bit of an
but call
axe
him like
to
you see
grind
him.
on
They're
their
known for
side.
getting
Let's
their
all
shit
remember,
kicked
too, the
in.
level 1 that started out
He's
this
just doing
game.
his job.
Definitely, that was a lot of variance in that level 1. And this is going to be
Don't
a long
criticize
series.
my criticisms.
And you bring up the fact that they were eliminated by BLG.
No
back in
one's allowed to
MSI.
say anything
Remember,
nice
this is
about
not an
BLG
elimination game here today. It is a promotion game. You guarantee
The only
a
thing
spot
nice
in the
about them is that they're
quarterfinals
gonna
if you
lose
win this
quickly.
one, but the loser
we can all go
will
to
still
bed.
go on to play in that last chance set of games
Gifties.
tomorrow.
What the
3
hell?
best of 3s, back
Think
to
of the
back
5
to
Gifties.
back.
How-ho,
Show's going to be starting
how-ho.
a little earlier, so make sure you tune in. 5 a.m. CET,
Those
9
Gifties go straight to
p.m.
Faker.
EST.
All the
T1
money I make from
now
this
being
stream, I donate
challenged
to
in this
Faker.
topside river as
So that he
BLG
has
move in
more-
to control the Rift Herald
I throw
around
my
the
body on
spawn
the
of
pyre.
second
You know,
one.
if there's a
They don't
wet
want to lose
puddle,
out
I
on more neutral
lay
objectives
down
here.
so we can
Faker
walk
has
across it.
TP, but I like the look of that
All my
bottom
money
push.
goes to
They
him
just
so he has an
buy
easier
time
life.
for Faker.
So they can
Push
have a
that
better
wave all
chance
the
of
way
winning.
in.
Yeah, just waste as much of BLG's time as they can. Karya and Gumayushi are so annoying to deal with right now. The Senna has so much
BLG
range,
more like big
and you pretty
loser
much got to
guys.
throw enough at him to
This guy
overcommit
gets
to
it.
him twice
This guy
because of the
fucking gets
save
it.
from the Kench.
Yeah, so annoying. I mean, the Tom Kench constantly just walking up into your face, bullying you off. And it looks like that's going to be all that they need with Bin going to answer that bottom wave. T1, they rotate Faker over to mid and collect another objective, simultaneously taking the Rift Herald and mid lane.
Mid lane,
Just
baby.
beautiful stuff from T1 here
T1
in this
now
first
4K
game of the
gold
best
lead.
of 3.
Went from
Objective
2 to 3 to
bounties
4,
are
baby, and
available
nothing even making
soon.
more kills.
That lets you know the state of the early game
They
here.
just
Just
keep
17
fucking
minutes in, and we've
making
already
progress.
got ourselves what looks to be a
4K, actually, no,
4,500 gold
near
lead.
5K now.
I mean, I'm just looking at that comp as well. And from my
Which
perspective,
means they're
this
up
feels
in
like
every
a very
lane.
difficult game for T1 to lose. Like, they have such a massive range advantage. Senna is one of the best scaling champions in the game, period. And when you pair pair that up with an Azir, and we talked about earlier some examples of long-range champions, Caitlyn, Ezreal, two really strong long-range champs that work so well at playing front to back. Senna works the exact same way, and her range is only going to get longer the longer that this game goes on. So I feel like BLG are going to have to find some miracle fight or a big throw from T1 to be able to turn this one around.
We're in the wrong league.
And when your Gnar is solo killing and has a ginormous lead over the Renekton,
we should be. We're playing fucking.
Yeah, like you have no options in the side lane. You feel like your team fight options are limited. The push, like you can't contest it anywhere.
That's why they picked Nidalee and went for a level 1
T1 are in a commanding position right now. They've caught bot, they've pushed that in. They've caught mid, they've pushed that in. You look at top as well, Faker.
No, it's where you have the little mini tournament where you can.
This was where we saw some blunders from them against Genji. Genji found some great windows to punish Faker when he was pushing in these side lanes. And he has been left isolated for the time being. Yeah. But he's going to play safer as a response.
Yeah, and so much safer too for the Azir in those matchups on the side lane with Dragon coming 30 seconds.
Didn't you end stream?
And Faker still
but then I found out that it wasn't 3 AM, it was 2 AM, so I woke the fuck back up. I don't know exactly
how many seconds left on you guys.
I woke the fuck back up,
and how that's going to match up with the Dragon, but it probably should be up by Dragon time or pretty close.
15 seconds until that Drake. It is important to remember what you noted earlier, Kobe. It was a pretty
late
first
T1 only has
one.
one Drake in 18 minutes with this much domination? That's crazy.
Even if they go 4-0, but you know that BLG doesn't want to allow them to just continue taking everything on the map for free. It is still a 5K gold advantage, though. It's so hard to take a fight in open ground, especially when T1 already have priority over this bot lane river real estate. Zeus is in position in the bottom lane.
He's pushing up.
Faker is back on the other end of the map, pushing up top side, but he's got his TP ready to go to join.
Here it comes.
Oh, he's joining.
Yeah, he's ready.
Here comes the fight. BLG feel like they need this.
All right, keep your eyes on. That Rel engage would need to be absolutely nasty to win a 5K deficit team fight. No. Instead, they're going to decide against it. BLG will walk off, having watched T1 take the Drake.
2 dragons,
I mean, BLG,
big gold lead.
We're kind of in our position, just acting as spectators on that
How do they plan to win this?
They didn't even try to cross map anywhere. They didn't even try to do anything
The catch is like BLG's acting like spectators.
They just wanted to try and find a fight, and T1 gave them no angles.
They
Absolutely none. They were funneling into that choke point. BLG didn't even try to get push in bot and then access via the river that way.
They're going to steal Baron?
Because I think they were so scared of Zeus with the pressure that he was generating.
You are stealing my heart with your humor right now.
They have full control over the map. The 5K gold lead.
You are making me laugh so hard with your hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like they got
stupidly wrong predictions.
Gapped. They got level 1 gapped. They got top gapped. They got bottom gapped. There's gaps everywhere, but yes.
So many gaps.
What is the time?
So many.
Right now
I don't know if there's a word for that, a collection of gaps.
The whole game is a valley. Right now, we have found our way into quite a gorge here, gentlemen.
A great word, an excellent word.
Yeah,
this Nidalee's not doing
T1 can start
shit,
playing
really.
around the Baron. They don't have the fastest Baron.
I mean they lost that opener. That would really threw them off.
It's never going to be the slowest, but I guess right now they're looking to play for that tier 1 in the top side of the map. They want to try and move their vision, get control over mid, and then start threatening that tower.
Not really
BLG
any
are pretty
reason
committed
for
to
T1 to
engage. They do, of course, still have Zeus'
because they're ahead, pushing, and have range.
But here we are. They're looking to chip away at this tier 1.
They're just going to keep getting the towers.
Chips are going to be pretty
and there's not really any way for BLG to engage unless T1 makes a big mistake,
smashes that thing
which they probably won't do.
3-0 now in the turret.
This is going to be kind of a grindy end as far as I can tell.
The rift in this first game. Carrier takes a bit of damage, but he doesn't care. It's so easy to just keep using this Kench as a brick wall. Harold's going to get ready for the second charge. Kaboom! It connects. And because they were able to move so far forward up in the jungle, mirroring that same progression in the top lane with the Herald, they pushed their opponents all the way back, took control of the enemy jungle,
minions pushing all lanes.
It's not even just that. Look at the bot lane as well. Zeus
this is domination. This is clean on macro and micro level.
There is that single ward for a potential TP flank, but that isn't an option for Yagao right now. And T1, they controlled the top side, they controlled the bot side, they're replenishing their wards, they're spending their money. 2 items now
down
finished
140 CS.
A second in the works for Gumayushi. And everything looking up for T1 here in the game 1 of this series.
It's just so incredibly hard for BLG to find a time
smoking
to
crack?
fight.
Wait, how does that? Oh, it's because they flip it for 7.
Item power spikes, but also it doesn't get better for you if you wait. But
there's a pick.
Zeus getting jumped on. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him. Beautiful shutdown from BLG.
That's the wrong side of Summoner's Rift, buddy. Little Mini-Gnar wandering into the dark forest here. that's the time to go for it for BLG. But really, what can they get with that pick?
Still 5K. The pick didn't do anything. It's 1 kill.
Even with getting a person advantage, because the side lanes are both constantly pushed in by T1, so
not a big deal.
They don't really have objectives to go for, and they're even under attack as T1 continue to push in 4v5.
They're pushing the 4v5, huh?
Down a half after
I guess they know what they're doing.
Sights on him.
Actually putting pressure getting hammered.
Faker with the damage.
Wait. Faker
alongside Owner. They don't want to end up getting caught in too lopsided of a fight before their allies can move over and reach them. They do crash the wave into the mid lane tier 2. None of those tier 2 turrets yet demolished. Remember that top lane tier 2 was the one that took the damage from the Herald, so it's still pretty low. Backing away now
what
is
the hell?
Next flash finds Owner, forces out the flash from the Jarvan. That's a big summoner spell.
That could have been lethal. If he had died there, that's a Baron start for BLG. And even though they find themselves behind, it's worth the risk, especially when you're not playing against the Spice Owner. Needs to be careful. But he will
Energy
get away
making out kind of crazy. It's crazy G2 lost.
T1 continue to play the patient game. We're going to look back at this pick from Zeus.
So
you just have to look at the minimap. He's overextended. He shouldn't have been there. The rest of his team were nowhere near. There's nothing that they can do to punish elsewhere on the map.
What are you doing? He's like 90 fucking
from Zeus.
miles into enemy territory.
Sometimes, but T1 is
Without
still enjoying an
nearby.
incredibly favored game state. You can see the goal difference over time presented by 8WS, just showing how it's been this up and to the right movement in that blue line for T1 ever since the very beginning of what you mentioned earlier, Kobe, kind of an aberration of a level 1.
Yeah, and
level 1 went.
The only reason we're not going to see T1 go turbo mode and continue to push is because they also have the luxury, of this late game. So
great CS.
There's no reason for them
best
to
CS
risk
in the game, actually.
BLG,
don't forget
who
that.
have been able to
best
work
CS in the game.
Out of other teams rushing.
Actually, one behind Zeus now.
So they'll continue on stacking those dragons, even though it is a little bit of a delayed pace. Maybe we see the point where Zeus' priority on his split push on the side lane, bottom lane, does result in a setup for the Baron,
Middle Easterns.
But I think only in a very secure setup
That's the qualification.
would T1 actually go for
it's
that.
Only League
T1
fans
have pretty
today.
good turn off of the Baron. So after collecting Dragon, they might try and turn their resources towards that, do a 4-1 split push, and whoa, never mind. BLG fight now.
Shun just goes over the wall, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be there anymore. Flash back away.
Another dragon.
Just to escape from Zeus' Gnar. It's Soul Point at 24 minutes for
Soul
T1.
Point, baby.
I mean, I'm getting a little frustrated with BLG because, like, they should just be trying to cross map. They should just be using multiple members topside to, at the very least, get some
BLG
bounty
is bringing all 5 to Dragon and then doing nothing.
You're in a situation where if you feel like you need to force a fight, then trying to funnel through that choke point of blue, that's the second time you've now tried to do that, and T1 have just made fun of you. So I feel like that BLG, if they do want to come back into this, they need to be finding other things on the map rather than just running face first into T1.
Well, they're running into him again here as they try to find something. To owner Gumayushi.
I don't see how they beat T1's range.
Gumayushi just keeps farming all these souls, building that range like you were talking about earlier, Vedius. Every single one of these attempted steps up is going to become more and more punishing as you take more and more center shots in trade. Bin going in, looking for Zeus. Mega Gnar back onto both targets. Elk tried to swoop in there, catch him off guard with Killer Instinct, and Zeus just walked away from it.
That opened a window mid.
Just clutch. And that, yeah, that gives them room mid, too.
They're going to be able to push at least half of it. BLG, this is the moment.
All right, they're going for it.
TP coming in. They want to try to stop this. Find a punish. Knock up on 2 coming out from owner. Gumayushi looking to disengage back up towards the top side of the jungle. TP coming in now. T1 regrouping. Low health bars on BLG.
Oh my God,
Zeus is taking towers right now. Zeus did not join.
T1
T1 said, we're fine without you, buddy.
All right, Bin is low.
45. Do it.
Still lots of free firing damage coming out from Gumayushi. Remember, there was no ulti available for Alcon. Goes in, finding a Magnet Storm onto 3, but he ain't going to find any kills just yet. On is going to die first. They take out the jungler second. Bin ain't going to get it. Shun is down. T1, run them over.
The range is lethal from T1. 4 versus 5. BLG just can't even get close to T1. And when they finally do, Carrier devours his mid laner and brings him back into the fight to wreak havoc. Carrier, he's not done.
Oh no, he even stops. Bin's
1v1 support.
If he gets this croc here, there it is. Abyssal dive takes him out. And critically, this means his respawn is now desynced from the rest of the team.
The lick hit confirm on the W.
When the support 1v1's the top laner, bro.
Let's take a look, because look at the mini-map during this replay. Honestly, while T1 are taking care of business, really good Cataclysm into EQ out there from Owner.
Hey, Zoomers, I'm
Naris
vaping.
is taking towers on bottom side, and then they make the call with this ward here. Teleport in, they go for the turn. T1, they turn it around. Red buff is picked up. Keria goes in. The shockwave doesn't do much damage at all.
Atrioc blowing a train whistle at 2 a.m. is the epitome of the roommate experience.
Really in the fight either. They didn't have ultimate for him or for Kai'Sa.
It's like my roommates back in college. When I would stay up playing League and fucking hitting my keyboard.
Is able to find this kill onto Bin.
That's so sick.
Just a one-sided stomp from really beginning to end from T1.
Yeah, this is a fucking
That was the only promising opportunity that BLG was able to find, and T1 handled it with calm patience. Are they not allowed to
surrender in a game?
And now with the Baron, they're looking to siege.
Is it illegal to surrender for pro play?
All right, let's see how long this base can stand. Top lane tier 3 turret is already down, so there's an open inhib available. If T1 just want to rush it, they still got this power play
have to try
for
it out.
Baron from another minute and 40 seconds. The minions will do enough work under the inhibitor here on the top side themselves.
T1 should go for kills,
about ready to transform.
Pad your
Magnet Storm
stats.
was used for a whole lot of nothing. Owner's got Yagao locked down, but Owner's going to drop instead. They'll trade him back to the mid laner, and Shun falls too. Now it's 2 inhibitors down.
It's like 2v5
for T1. The souls are all over the place, but they're the souls of BLG players. As
start to finish, just clean. The only mistake was Zeus got one time.
The one to take out Owner, but now the push just keeps going. Zeus will grab another on
Pad the stats. Pad the stats. Pad the stats.
He flashes away just to
Pad the stats.
T1 just stomped BLG in game 1.
Gary is having fun too.
Oh, he is. I mean, from start to finish, what a great performance from T1. We talked about it earlier in the cast, but it does feel like this team has only ramped up throughout the tournament. Their debut against TL was a little bit shaky, but from game to game, it feels like that they have gotten better and better.
That's what they do.
And we're looking at
informed
T1 today.
Man, oh man, T1 coming out swinging here in game number 1.
To
hear more about it, let's go ahead and toss back over to the desk.
Every fucking world. Last world, same thing.
Thank you so much.
T1's not that good. They're not as good as Gen G or fucking whatever. But during Worlds, they're clutch. They get better and better and better, and then they fucking make it. Now, the finals, they lost. Unfortunate. It was a tragedy. It was probably rigged. But this year is different. Man, it'll be so fun to fly to Korea and be there for a fucking T1 victory. God, that'd be so sick. I'm going to join the parade, dude. I'm already picturing it. I'm already picturing me and Faker on a fucking giant float in the middle of Seoul. Yeah! Yeah! Obama's probably there too. We did it. Faker's gonna call me like fucking Kamala Harris called Joe Biden in that fucking clip. We did it, Joe. Faker's gonna stand on a hill, look out in the distance. We did it, Big A. We did it. We did this. Pick one, Ari or Big A. Of course I pick Ari, but I'm making her wear the Faker jersey to bed. You know what I'm saying? Get best of both worlds tonight. T1 hits finals from the unexpected team. Captain Toad. Let me tell you, the only way this could get better is if for whatever reason, any one of these games, Faker picks Fizz. Because if Faker picks Fizz at any point in this entire tournament, I will lose my mind. I will fucking lose my mind. All right, I need a water in between games. Where's my No, I'm not doing lines of coke at fucking any time, but especially 2 a.m. Where's my... Bruh. Where the fuck is my T1 flag? I want to wave it in the breeze. We know you're calling your tattoo guy. You can't fool us. Fly, eagle, fly. Yeah, I'm gonna update it. I am calling him. If Faker makes it to finals, I will get the tattoo updated. If they lose earlier, I'm obviously not gonna do it. No point. Although, my God, if it happens again. T1 flag. Dude, I don't know where this fucking flag is. Straight up. I had this actual original T1 banner from like StarCraft 1 in Korea when I was there. It's actually a super cool piece of it was T1 merch from before Faker was even signed. This is a pre-recorded stream. How would I... It would be really funny if I pre-recorded my reactions to T1 winning and just knew that would happen and played the fucking pre-recording. I was just like, T1, let's go! Yes! Game 1 in the bag! I remember seeing it in old vids. Yeah, I definitely had it. I've definitely talked about it. I just don't know where I put it in the new room. What's Faker saying? Wait, what's Faker saying? My goat. My goat, my goat, my goat. Look at BLG. What do you think he's saying? Look at this guy. Look at his stare. Look at his stare. Oppo cam? Bro had a 1,000-yard stare like, oh, I already know we lost. I already fucking know we lost. I don't need to see these ads, bro. I should have finished college. He's thinking about all the time he sacrificed and grinded to get here just to get fucking shit kicked by Faker in fucking pre-bracket stage. Did you get co-stream perma? No, I did not. And if I did, I'd be showing the fucking game. Instead, I have to show nothing. Gotta be the best Faker clip of all time. Let me see. Best Faker clip of all time. Faker needs to be stopped. What is this? Sorry. My goat, dude. That's real. He's doing easy. Yeah, that's real. He's got it like that. He's just faster. He's built different from regular fucking people. Yeah, he does that during pro games. He does do that during pro games. What is this? They're doing some crazy Mercedes. I can do ad review. This is ad review. This is not co-streaming. This is ad review. Mercedes. Join the hunt. I can't wait to wear a Mercedes flag. You know what I need? I need that fucking clip. I need that clip of I need that clip of Faker where they show him crying and then he does the badass. Oh, T1 World Swiss promo. Check it out.
아무도 보지 못한 스테이지. 더 이상 실수할 여지가 없습니다. 모든 시합이 중요합니다. 더 그라인드, 더 글로리.
Boom, baby! He's back! Giga Chad! Yeah, I'm just fucking stoked. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Everybody go around the room, all 1,230 of you, and say your favorite thing about Faker. Everyone must participate. Okay? No lurking allowed. I need everyone to go around. His smile, his hair, his glasses, his abs, his fizz, his gameplay, his personality. He's cute. His cuticles. Azir. Thank you, Evan Gao. Evan, you still up playing Dead by Daylight? I played Dead by Daylight with Evan Gao off stream today. Which it really is a far cry from him backflipping at my workplace. Now we're just offline playing games. His role on stage. He's got a great Type 5. He does in Korean. His hand-eye coordination. His POV. These are all great things about Faker. Thank you, guys. I think you've really... I'm texting him right now because we're friends like that. I'm texting him all of your messages, and he's telling me, he says, tell your stream, thank you so much. The support means the world to me. That's just really kind of him, so I'll pass that along. Thanks, guys. Do you even know who else is on T1? Are you fucking joking? Same people as last year, bro. Carria, Guma, Owner, Zeus, the fucking squad. Froat! What's up, Froat? You ever watch League of Legends, Froat? Or are you pure Hitman? Because today, think of the Froat 7 of fucking League of Legends, okay? The pioneer. The guy that built the scene. That's Faker, okay? You'll see a vision of yourself. Tune in. Watch. He starts hitting that Jewel off him. Anyone watch that Jewel documentary on Netflix? It's actually really interesting. If you're interested in business and tech and marketing, it's a fascinating documentary. Called Big Vape or something. Just came out. It was a 4-parter. I watched it. What was really interesting is just like, man, it's staggering. You know, I was around in Silicon Valley. Oh, fuck, it's happening. Wait. Faker.
Welcome back to Worlds 2023 as we're in the middle of this series with T1 and BLG going head-to-head in the best of 3. Game number 1 was very T1 favored, and they are 1 game away from punching their ticket to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was some BLG right there. Yeah.
I mean, I love this stat because I think it's crazy that throughout T1's history, in group stages, they only ever drop 1 game at most. And because they've dropped that to Gen G, the other team's like, oh,
I'm sorry.
And that's from like 10 years. For 10 years now, T1 has made it to World Groups and not dropped more than one game.
Four and qualify for the quarterfinals. We're straight into draft.
You hear that?
Azir Renata taken away from the side of BLG with Rakan and Maokai on the side of T1. I do wonder if this Senna will actually be looked to ban away or if the Xayah will still make its way through the draft.
I wonder how different things are going to look with T1 on the red side, too, compared to what we saw in the previous
Why not negative
game. How
one?
is that going to
Why not win
switch
so
things
hard
up? What is BLG going to have? The Rumble banned away as the final one in the first half. The Senna's still around.
Yeah, Senna's still available. I do like some of the changes that have occurred here with
When's the
BLG
last time
on
they
the blue
won?
side,
Yeah, when's the last time anyone else
trying
won
to
3?
attack
Motherfucker.
T1. They take
possibly
away
4.
the
And also
Azir
made the finals
themselves,
last
and
year.
Nico was already self-banned by T1, and those two champions were really at the crux of the resurgence of this team. Does mean they're going to give up the Xayah, so sought after in the bottom lane, but
I think T1 capitulate when Faker leaves,
duo
like the past
combo
with
here,
Brady
the
left.
Orianna
What's crazy is like
T1.
people always say Faker's not that good.
That is some
Faker's
nice,
lost, bro.
sweet
Faker's old.
engage.
But then
Renata
Faker fucking had a wrist injury
They put such a high
earlier
priority
this year and couldn't play, and all the young superstars on his team fucking
I mean,
crumbled.
they still ended up getting super
dropped
pushed
like a fucking
in
stone,
bottom lane
lost every
because
game.
of the
Faker comes back.
Gench.
He's not making flashy plays, bro. He's the leader. He fucking runs the team.
Kalista is available, so you don't want the Renata plus Kalista.
He brings everyone together. He's the calming presence. He's been around the block. He knows his shit.
They did have the Vi.
He's the glue guy.
I always like Vi into things like Orianna, because again, we saw this earlier in the day. Once the flash is gone, she's a very easy champion to lock down. But Jarvan into Syndra, I also think is really good. Like, these junglers can do a great job of locking these things down. But BLG trying to solidify their top side, and they have a lot of strong picks in terms of the early game with Syndra and Xayah, and then giving Bin a comfort is super important for them.
Exactly, because last game, something that was not drafted at all, that was the top lane matchup.
I'm so used to being a VOD frog, I forgot this is live and tried to pause it. You think I'm uploading this VOD?
Gnar specialty counter pick into it. And this time around, this is an older counter into the Jax. The belly bump tactic for Jax for the counter strike.
There's a lot of mobility skills across the champion
Faker.
roster in League of Legends, and
Sorry,
Gragas'
I'm a little
big
out of
old
the meta.
belly
Where the
takes
fuck's Gragas
priority
being
over
used?
pretty
Top?
much all of them.
Yeah,
As long as he's
All right,
going
Gragas
forward
top,
when you're going,
Jarvan
he's
jungle,
going to stop you and
Ori
do the damage.
mid.
So very, very powerful champion, especially if you know the matchups, you know the trading patterns. He can be very difficult to deal with.
Jax
Blitzcrank,
top,
Caitlyn banned away here in the
Syndra
second half.
mid. So
Once
Ori,
again,
Syndra,
BLG keeping
Jax,
Yushi off the case.
Gragas,
Yeah, very,
and they haven't picked their jungler yet.
Seeing as how the Senna was just pretty
Gragas is the Jax counter?
last time around, I guess BLG are like, you know what, we level 1 invaded,
champion
and we
counter
really
GG.
messed
This is
that
what I
whole situation up, so I guess they're
Champion
accounting for
GG.
it that way. Keria is such a good Tom Kench, though.
GG, and I'm gonna look at
loves being
fucking
that frontline
Jax.
engage, and we saw it last time.
But the thing is about Senna Tom
Because what
Kench,
happens
if you're
in
on
fucking
red side and you're saving him for the
Gold
last
League of
2
Legends
picks,
applies
one of
to
them has to
fucking
come first, and then you can't get the other until your
World
opponent has a chance to
Championships.
interrupt it. When Senna and Tom
let's
Kench are popular,
see.
they're kind of best friends. They're BFFs down there in the
Jax
bottom lane. They like to hang out
loses
with each
lane
other, and not
against
really anybody else.
Gragas.
So I'm curious if they'll still go
Let's
for
go,
it. No,
counter
they won't.
pick,
The
bitch.
Jinx locked in for T1.
36% in lane. Yikes.
Yeah, I don't.
How do you feel about this, Vedius?
We did see
Good
a Jinx earlier in the
matchup.
tournament. It was KT that I think played it. And I'm pretty sure it was in yesterday's match against LNG. And I think the problem with Jinx,
I love a Jinx.
in the
I love a
current
Jinx
meta,
pick.
she's a really hard AD carry to play when there's so many things that can dive onto your backline.
Maybe hard for you,
she can be a
Vedius.
challenge, but I guess with things
Not
like
hard for fucking Guma.
the Jarvan already unlocked in on the side of T1 with the Gragas disengage as well, they're confident in their ability to provide peel and protection, but if this Jax, Alistar, ever gets on top, like
BLG's
that
top
Jinx
is
is
the
dead.
best
There's
Jax
no way
in
that
the
she's
world. I
playing
don't think
this
it'll
game.
matter.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of appeal for it, and,
Listen, bro.
and the lane still looks pretty good considering it's a Xayah Alistar lane that
I
they're
better hope
playing
his Jax is a
into.
lot better than his
There's some
goddamn
more
Renekton.
guaranteed targeting of the possibilities for
Jinx
that
is not going to have fun, man. It's Arcane all over again. We're about to get a sneak peek at Season 2.
What do you mean, man?
Right
She was the
now.
main character of that show. How can the main character not
catching a live
Okay,
stream, I feel
Tom
like the
Kench
person
is a
who
good
lives in
answer.
the walls
Yeah.
meeting the house owner for the first
It is
time.
also pretty good at putting some pressure
Look at
onto the
EU
Orianna.
Broadcast.
I want to see
I just feel
if
weird
there's
because
not a
all
level
the-
one that's
every time I
similar
do
to
like
last
an
time
EU friendly
around, if
stream,
there's
it's always
more
something weird,
attention
like
paid to
watching
this
the
mid lane,
Legends.
because both
And so
these
they
mid
come in and they're
laners,
like, hey,
very, very possible
can't
that
wait
you
to
can
see
burn
Marketing
summoner spells
Monday.
super
It's
early
like, you know, I
on
wanna
and
see
try and force
fucking
ganks with these
Hitman World
junglers.
Record.
All
It's
right,
like, bro,
I
those
love
are
it,
VOD
man.
stuff, but I'm
Active,
not- I'm
powerful
only
early
live for this.
junglers We got the counter pick in the top lane, the old school style with the Gragas into the Jax.
Ori
Ori versus Syndra. This is probably the most evergreen mid lane matchup in the history of League of Legends esports. I feel like this is one of those ones everybody's seen so many times.
Wombo?
But the Jinx, and specifically the ability of the Tahm Kench to keep it protected, is probably the biggest thing.
Has anyone seen Arcane?
Yeah.
We got Jinx and Vi head-to-head?
Because there's so much how you can swing it in the early stages of dodging those Qs and positioning just a little bit more aggressively up front too. But of course, that all teeters on do you know where enemy jungle is? So see about those Raptor wards, about those
let's get to the game. We'll get the fucking top capture so you guys can see.
I wonder if we're going to get any level 1 activity.
I'm gonna say no on this
T1!
one. I'm gonna hazard again.
Are you kidding? You think back down after that?
Well, it certainly skewed the early game of this this first round here in this best of 3. BLG really wants to avoid that situation. Bring us to a game 3. Keep their chances alive at avoiding the competition tomorrow and getting the early ticket to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think they do definitely at least need to get some
The
early
grind,
info on
the grind,
Owner.
the grind.
Jarvan could start a snowball himself. Definitely could throw a wrench into things here.
Can't watch it now. 0-0. Let's watch this game.
To everybody out there, connect your League of Legends account with Prime Gaming to grab the exclusive experimentation emote.
T1 pressuring a little bit.
Get yourself connected. Get your emote. Start spamming it.
It's a little damage on.
Do something wacky in lane.
Owner, don't get 2v1. Owner, don't get 2v1. Okay.
We are the wrong people to ask that question to, Kobe, but I respect your confidence.
Oh,
I'm glad you
missed.
trust the two of us.
He actually missed. Zeus, what are you doing, my king?
Just walking it off. He wants to get away from Ben, who gets that last little hit. So, hey, little extra HP from
Why can't you watch it? They don't allow co-streaming unless you're like a fucking privileged riot.
Carrier also going to take a nice little
shot down. I thought that
they choose. They pick and choose like streamers.
To see where this Vi was starting.
T1 donating some early health pools here.
Yeah.
They're not off the members of T1 that are going to miss them the most with Gragas.
Yeah, you got to be Sykkuno.
And Carrier tankiness, but nonetheless, it is going to be BLG again going to the same red buff that they went to last game. Yep. This time around, though, they're on blue side, so it's there.
But the squad is there.
Yeah, the squad is there.
BLG's like, I'm watching you, T1, just in case.
We know that this is something you might do because we did it ourselves.
But admittedly, Elk and On realized that in the 2v2, they're not getting
Notorious friend of Riot double lift. Yeah, well, he's turning to leaf, I guess.
Is a really, Alistair's not the best level 1 anyway.
I really need to watch top lane.
You can say that.
Yeah, that's
if
fair.
Jax is out of control, it's a fucking problem, especially
Tahm
versus
Kench is a
Jinx.
really great bully, so Elk and On getting late to lane is not the end of the world. Level 2 should be coming through in a minute.
T1 playing so good bottom lane.
Yeah, I wanted to go back and talk about this.
I think Carrie is just a fucking phenomenal player, bro. It's just so fun watching him. He's the first support I've ever cared about.
The Q means that
unironically.
trade against
played this game for fucking 12 years.
The thing about Ori though is that early
never
lane
cared
phase,
about
you can
support.
already
Watch
see
it for
she's
12
starting
years.
to get this push off, and when it comes to early skirmishes, Syndra is very terrifying because of her ability to set up for the gank, right? The QE, you can already get it at level 2. With a Vi coming in as well, easily able to force a flash out from someone like an Orianna, and a Jarvan in this matchup won't be able to match that same trading power in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning.
So this is a lane again that BLG can really find advantages in if they can be active in the mid lane.
But I guess there'll be a Vi gank eventually.
Watching it so much is because
good dodge by BLG. It's the first good thing they've ever done in their entire lives.
Getting the solo kills on the Syndras.
That's true.
Especially if you have unpredictable movement, like walking towards it and dodging some of these Qs and move up on them.
This is a real battle.
So definitely one that's very tiltable, as we said, but full clears for both junglers mean it's a
nice hit, Zeus.
Game. No extra influence here.
It's kind of one of those things that we talked about in game number 1, Vedius, where we were like, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch top lane, and everything was bottom. We're like, oh man, look at these junglers, it's Jarvan and Vi, they can both do so much, and they're like, full clear. Let's go ahead and just get those economies rolling.
PayPal me
doing a good job,
ahead of time.
Though,
ahead of time, when does it count?
Even as Zeus goes for the belly bop.
You got a clip. I'll pay you back. You have to pay back. You PayPal me ahead of time.
As they both eat their biscuits.
So it's a reminder. Oh, hang on a second.
What you mean ahead of time? What I mean is, if I win, you won't pay.
I like this.
So I'm not accepting your bet unless you send it ahead of time.
Early on, Faker has no idea.
Shun coming around. There's the stun. Scatter the weak. Faker tries to flash, but Yagal's got him for first blood. Counterattack from Owner, but doesn't look like there's a whole lot to get here. Nah, the Jarvan's probably not strong enough for this.
No, what are you doing?
Loses his own flash. That was a little silly.
Yeah, they're going to be able to rush down the wave still here, too, with Faker teleporting back. Yagao is so good. That was beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Able to set him up. He kind of lures Faker in. Faker goes for the command attack, and
this fucking
Yagao's
game,
able to
blue
get
side
him,
always
throws the
wins.
W, hits the stun, lines it up for Shun so that Shun can then have his
no big
flash
deal.
for Faker's flash. And
literally no big deal. I am actually super
really
impressed with Ben.
done.
He's actually just
Yagao,
winning this lane straight up.
One of the least hyped up members because he usually, to your point earlier, Vedius,
he's up 10 CS.
A lot of Roam style champs and setting up teammates, but him getting
he's not how you want top lane to go.
So nice having Syndra get the early
Unless
advantage.
fucking
it's just also a lane
here.
that you can snowball. We already talked about it earlier, right? A lane that you can be active in early on. The fact that Shun choosing to sacrifice the crab because he saw an opportunity to make that play on
close
Faker.
to Jover, bro. It's one
navigating
kill.
around that vision, just very well
600
played.
gold difference.
BLG being active in the early game
across the whole
is
team.
The best version of BLG, in my opinion. And the play is very straightforward. Low mana on the side of Faker as well. That auto attack from Yagao flying as he flashes too is actually what cements the kill.
It's actually so close. Top lane is actually such a fucking slobber knocker right now.
Kind of low, but I don't think he's too worried right now. Keeping my eyes on the minimap as well.
Oh,
The presence of the junglers. Owner pathing away as he moves towards his wolf camp. Bin? No.
No.
He's not going for it, is he?
Oh, he is!
Oh,
no,
Zeus went back in thinking he might find an outplay, and Bin just beats him on the head with a stick.
Uh-oh, no flash Faker.
Faker doesn't get hit by the scat of the week, but it doesn't even matter. The unleashed power should be enough. Faker's just buying some time. Beautiful from BLG in game 2.
Now this is BLG. Bin, I thought he was just saying, don't you dare come for these minions, and I guess he was. But then Zeus still dared for it.
Faker died twice?
Just inside, and really good from Bin. Activation time there. Pops his counter-strike, gets the kill.
All right, no big deal. Hey, no big deal.
Simultaneously getting the
shake it off.
onto mid too, punishing
shake it off. Shake it off. 1400 gold.
That's the snowball you're talking about.
Shake it off. Nothing.
They're so vulnerable.
Outfight the team
fights.
fights.
Don't have it, and it's going to be a knock-on
Dragon.
effect. Dominoes
Dragon's
here
theirs.
will start to fall. Shun picks up.
Dragon's theirs.
Well.
Happens.
And you look at Owner and you're like, where can you do anything, right? Maybe you can look for a kill in mids, maybe, but Yagao still has the flash, and if I is there,
Big
you
A,
lose
how
that
does this
2 versus
Faker
2.
feeding strat work?
Top lane doesn't really have enough damage or
like
options to be able to find
you
a play.
bring up Faker feeding,
Jinx, Tom
and
catch.
I ban
Is this
you.
really a lane that you can enable in the early game? T1
That's
feels
how it
very
works, my
stifled,
king.
and Owner's kind of responsibility is to mitigate BLG's early options, but that hasn't happened. BLG have found great plays in mid and a big confidence play for Bin. After getting solo killed in game 1, he now finds a solo kill for himself on one of his most comfortable champions.
All right, let's see where our junglers end up getting involved once they hit level 6. You can see those EXP bars on the side of the screen creeping ever closer to that point.
The whistle is awesome. Love hearing it over and over.
Ultimates incredibly effective at setting up some plays as Ben wants to go in on Zeus, who knocks him back into the cask. The Jack's still so strong, man.
Hang on.
Such an
Damn,
iconic
this Jack's
pick
is
for
so
Ben,
fucking strong.
and he's not afraid to use
No,
it.
no,
Zeus
no.
gets killed again. Ben is just tearing him apart.
Yeah, I was thinking Zeus just used everything in the
Bin's
first
Jax.
engage, and then he just waits around and stands there and watches them, watches the minions.
Bin's
Been
Jax
doing such a good
low-key
job. He always
good.
gets his counter-strike off, gets his auto
Low-key
attack
like
off.
letting Atrioc get fizz, bro.
As the
It's
body
just
slam
not,
has been coming
not
in, and
advisable.
This is the repeat gank. You were asking, where's the level 6 of the junglers going to go? I believe there's a few more seconds still as we get back to live left on Faker's flash, maybe.
Yeah, a few more seconds, but looking back at this kill, very clean, very easy for Ben.
A strong
Talked
Jax
about a
is gonna
confidence play.
fuck
You can see
over
the confidence
T1's
shining
comp.
through for him now. 2
It
kills
actually is.
top,
It's
2
gonna
kills
fuck up
mid. The top side of the map dominating for BLG, a 2K gold
I actually
lead
don't
already
know how
8
they
minutes
stop a
in.
strong
And
Jax.
the pings are coming through for Herald, and what can
So
T1
good
do
against
about
Jinx.
it? The truth is nothing.
Yeah, there's kind of this big
T1
bad
throwing for
Jax
content?
up there in
Yeah.
the top lane that is
Yeah,
just
maybe.
not allowing anything to go down. 64
Oh, dude, I don't
to
want T1 to lose
47
this series.
in the farm.
Shit.
It was the Gragas picked after seeing
I wanted
the
a clean
Jax
2-0,
locked
bro. I
in.
wanted a clean 2-0.
This was the answer that T1 said they wanted to go with, and Ben just seems to know the matchup better.
Dude, yeah,
Angry
Ben
He's
looks
gonna do
amazing
everything.
at Gragas
Get a couple
fucking
of solo
Jax.
kills, go start up that Rift Herald for you. Meanwhile, on making his roam mid through 2
This
to
is
get
a-
priority.
this is
That
already
means
so
bottom lane's
bad.
left open, T1. Small window.
Wait.
And a
Wait.
nice bit of communication here from
Jarvan
BLG.
gank.
I think. Elk knows he's in danger. He's going to go
he's face checking.
Face check.
The feathers fly.
Oh.
And disengages.
Got his team coming.
Fucking busted ass mobility on new chance.
I thought he'd drop a ward.
Same.
Put an ash in that as soon as she's dead.
Elk ends up being alive.
Put an ash
so good news for BLG
in the good
fans.
days of League of Legends.
They're still in the lead.
She's dead.
And they hold control over the objectives. First Herald, first Dragon. Everything looking out for BLG, and if they wanted to, they could drop that Herald top lane. They don't necessarily need to unlock mid right now. Why not just accelerate Bin? We talked about how difficult it's going to be for Gumayushi on this Jinx to play these late game fights.
Shouldn't even flash? I know, it's just got intangible.
This low mobility AD carry that doesn't have those innate dashes. It's only going to get harder if Jax gets as fed as he's currently getting.
On the other side, maybe just let Bin stay in his arena and have
also
some
true.
Please keep whistling. All right, I will.
Towards that bottom lane, though, that we're talking about, with Scuttle Crab coming up, with Minion Wave pushing in. Tom Kench, though, carry is level 6. It's just such a good denial pick. T1 trying to play some stall game, but BLG's pace that they've set is very quick for this game with all the extra kills that they've been fed super early on.
First new champ when I played was like Vladimir, dude. That's how fucking old.
Yeah, 2 kills plus a Drake. Or 4 kills plus a Drake for a 2K lead, excuse me, just 10 minutes into the game.
Doing all
Total
right.
gold on the left side of your screen. You can see
actually up on gold.
BLG at numbers 1,
They're
2,
not
3.
that far down. They're not far down.
Here for T1 as the Herald is summoned up in the mid lane.
You have to protect Jinx, and it's so hard against this fucking Jax. Guma's farm is great.
It is just the
excellent farm.
BLG show. You know, coming into this second game,
it's not that big of a.
It's not like T1 got a 2-0.
It's not insurmountable.
BLG looked out of sorts in game 1.
I just feel so bad about top lane.
They're refinding their form.
I just feel like
a lot of this
fucking
game left to
Ben
go.
is going
T1
dumb
do
crazy.
have pretty decent scaling, especially with this
Jax
Jinx
is
back
actually
pocket. A single
nuts.
good fight with Gumayushi picking up a number of kills could be all they need. You look at the
Owner
farm
going
as
for
well.
a gank?
114
Damn,
CS.
they're playing
a 30
so
lead.
smart.
On has been roaming a little bit to assist with the top side plays, leaving Elk kind of
vulnerable
he's there.
To
ganks, meaning that he has to play a little bit
I don't know how they do this.
So I wouldn't count T1 out just yet. Obviously, the other game going heavily in favor of BLG, but we'll see what T1 can do to turn the game around.
Yeah, it's a good point because On actually came into this tournament with one of the highest roaming time supports in the game. Oftentimes, it is
nice dodge, my king.
Having to
nice dodge, my goat.
And he's been quite good at still dealing plenty of damage, even on a lower budget, though.
I'm really going to be looking for that first big fight where we have, you know, 4 or 5 players from each side in there, because that's really where Jinx has the opportunity to find those pop-offs that you're talking about.
Jax kind of fucks on
resets, turn in
he doesn't get bursted down, then he starts healing and damaging.
And that BLG has earned for themselves so far in the first 12 minutes of the game. Until then, the Gumayushi farm train needs to keep chugging along the tracks.
Going for Dragon?
T1 is going to start up this Drake.
They're using their bot lane advantage to get dragged.
BLG can interfere. Bin and
they might actually get it.
Scrapping
Zeus
up here in the top side.
Okay.
As now we are going to see a TP coming in, but it's from Yagao, who just picked up the Leandries. Owner's going to lose the opportunity for his combo, and the Dragon's going over to T1. But what about the dragon? On trying to get away. Guma wants to get excited. Beautiful Yagao. T1 may lose their jungler, but they're going to get 3, and a Drake back for it.
It only takes a single fight, and Gumayushi finds himself 2 kills. BLG, why wouldn't you feel confident
and the kills are both on Guma.
The problem is you're a little late. Yagao TP's in over the wall. It means that BLG are a little disconnected in their engage when Jun goes in.
Just better team fight.
T1 can all immediately collapse onto the jungler of BLG, find that initial pick, turn it into a 4v3,
and look at Faker,
then chase down the remaining BLG members.
I want to point out the position of the DPS. Look at
how they do
T1,
this.
Faker and Guma. When Jun goes in,
front
to your
to back.
point, they're immediately onto him. And even though Guma's getting bounced around, Faker's able to do so much damage that Owner's able to get that kill, and then they run them forward.
This front-to-back play from T1 was clean.
Damn, that was great.
That goal gap is starting to shrink, and crucially, that bot lane that we talked about earlier, 2 kills now.
Guma's actually super ahead.
I said I wanted that first fight.
Like, they have an actual just huge ADC gap right now.
And there it was.
Which means the utility of the rest of T1's comp actually is going to matter a lot more because they have damage.
If you're looking
they're going to have damage.
Bin could be a serious issue, and if you're BLG, that's something you know you can play around as the game goes forward. It's going to be caught by Shockwave. He could not live through it, and Faker's on the board.
BLG just got Carrier's flash, but T1 got On's life for that one. He no longer had his flash from the previous play. And T1,
look at Faker, dude.
They're retaking control.
They camp his
Still
lane, down 2 kills.
But they're making play after
he still
play.
makes plays.
But we've all seen it where the wind gets taken out of your sails, right? BLG were moving cleanly around the map. They had a dominant top side, they had a dominant mid.
Now.
And then off of a single kind of lackluster dragon, they immediately concede another pick. And you can see
Ari
now
not
that,
killing you for blowing that whistle?
Kind of lost that control.
Bro,
it's
I
not
live
over
in a
yet.
fucking
Oh, nice catch, BLG. More money on Yagao. MasterCard Lane Economy snapshot
she would have
shows
to take a fucking golf cart to
might
get
be
to
the
this
one
win.
with all the cash
Okay.
on T1's
She's gonna hear
side,
it.
but Yagao's even further ahead for BLG.
And I love this from BLG. Don't slow down. Don't kind of let that control shift in favor of
I'm in
T1.
Hassan's guest
Remember what
house.
you were doing. Jun and Yagao is still a powerful duo, and they punish Carrier for the flash that they found earlier. They hold on to the gold lead for now.
She went to a concert with her friend
Herald
Victoria.
is spawning
She's
in a
getting
few
back.
seconds. And
She'll
I
be right
imagine
about
this
now,
will be the
3
next
a.m.
objective that both these teams look to fight for.
And you can see the lane assignments here, trying to send Jax to go answer Orion on the bottom side for BLG as that objective does come
Calabasas next to Drake.
We saw this one in its entirety.
Okay.
Something to note though, Faker did flash offensively for it. And those offensive flashes,
and they caught.
Sometimes
they just caught Carrier in the jungle.
just, yeah, control
Good
ward
vision,
there.
I guess.
Oh,
Or they
but
guessed
back
it.
in
I don't
line,
even
we have
know.
a TP coming in.
Damn, they
Looks
just
like
guessed
the
it.
second
They
Herald
didn't
could
have
be a point of
vision. That's
contention
crazy.
here.
Hacks.
T1's already
Cheats?
got 5 bodies in the area. Ben has TP. He could
Rift
join
Herald?
up for this
Rift
if
Herald?
BLG want to challenge it. Chompers are great to block off that little pathway from the river
nice
into the blue
chomps.
side jungle.
Nice
so it looks like
chompies.
BLG are just going to take it. They'll trade it away for Ben grabbing the tier 1 turret there in the bottom lane. 15 and a half minutes into the
Rift
game. The
Herald.
plates are down, so Ben can do a lot of damage to this thing very quickly. Mid lane tier 1 turret taking a little bit of damage from T1. Low enough now that the Herald should be able to break it. Scatter the weak onto 2. Carrier having to get away. Pops the thick skin to survive this unleashed power that likely would have killed him otherwise.
I see a lot of pings,
Scared me.
blue pings here up towards Faker.
Scared me, bro.
So they're sending contingent of BLG members
Lot
to
of
go
dudes.
for
way
him
T1
and
loses.
the teleport.
I heard they were actually out of it, but they've
TP's
actually
in
made
there.
an
That's
insane
Ben.
comeback.
That's the one they got to watch out for.
Okay, watch
Owner
out for
tries
Ben.
to stop him. Zeus is ready to join the fight. He TP's
Owner,
in
my
now as
king.
well. Both top
Protect your-
laners gonna
protect your
have
hero.
synced up
Protect your
unleashed
leader,
teleport
Faker.
timers here for the next
Throw your
time that's
body on the
available.
grenade
And that
so Faker may
was
live.
BLG being like, you know what? Remember that offensively blown Faker flash in mid lane. Let's try and pick him off. But that's a tale as old as time.
Faker's
People
flash
trying to
almost
go for
back up,
Faker.
so
T1
perfect play.
just pulls back. The rest of the team is
They're
there.
still down about
And now we got to
2K.
reset for Dragon. Only 35 seconds means you better get your control ward now.
2K's not nothing.
No TPs available.
Uh,
T1 mean that this should be
Guma's got a gap, though,
window
which is
for Yagao.
good.
He's actually going to stay for another wave, or not.
25
He's
CS plus 2 kills.
indecisive.
And
but it's
Jinx
easy
is
for him
just
to join the fight.
such a
Good
god
vision
late game.
setup from T1 around that neutral.
You know, because they
It
can
always
just
makes you
use
suspicious when
Gragas
you
ult
observe
and
a
Jarvan
on
ult
an
and
AD carry.
Oreo to
Yeah,
get
it's
one
about to
fucking
happen.
kill,
What did
and
he
then
miss?
Jinx gets
Yep.
excited, and then it's over. Then she's just fucking.
Nice sidestep there from Elk getting away from the
Then
zaps.
Guma can carry.
But right now, it's just this fight over the mid wave, right?
Yeah.
T1 are first to it. They'll push through. You can see Zeus has made his way down. And Ben has actually chosen to stay top, so they can't fight this now on.
If Owner had that timing slightly different,
Then
you
how
can
is
interrupt him
T1
when he's
just
in the air
dominating
for the
all the
blast zone,
objectives?
but no worries.
They're
And
down
I like
gold.
these calls from BLG because they want to play
just doing
to
bin.
where they are winning.
They're
The side
doing
lanes.
bin.
Bin had an advantage and Yagao had an advantage. But their AD carry,
making it all about
they're
bin.
outgunned. Well, can he do enough?
Oh.
Does the
Nice.
wave clear? But they're outgunned, so they didn't want to take the 5-on-5 versus Gumayushi, who had a BF sword to the long sword previously. Now we just had a recall for Elk.
Jack's
Elk
taking
is
every
able to
tower. So what,
go
little
even up
bro?
the
2
inventories,
dragons.
but it's at the
T1.
cost
Mid
of
lane.
your tempo.
T1.
To
Rift
the
Herald.
tier
T1.
2. The top
Nice
tower
job,
still
Jax. You got
lives
a
as
tower,
well.
bro. They didn't even get it.
She's excited, but all right, they're going to back away from it. They
Playing
don't
for
want to
Bin?
get collapsed on. They know that Bin is moving around. He's no longer top. He's no longer pressuring the tier 1.
Can you give me the largest blower in the whistle if T1 wins?
All right, no fight.
I'll give you guys a whistle
Carrier
blast like you've
takes
never
his
seen.
place next to Gumayushi once again.
This is a timing for BLG to actually start pressuring that tier 1 in mid. But with the range on Gumayushi, he's going to have enough wave clear. Faker.
Nice. The shockwave going to
good
catch
catch.
on. Force out the ulti there from the Alistar. That's
All
all
right,
they're going to
they
get,
got
though. Trade
Ollie's
of
ult.
ulti.
That's fine.
Shockwave for the Unbreakable Will.
Look at top,
Well,
though.
okay.
You see once again Shun hovering
Shockwave
around
for
mid,
Alistar
looking
ult
for
is not a
potential
good trade, I
play,
guess,
maybe
but
a
it's fine.
dive. But no, it looks like with the wave clear from Zeus
What
Flash.
the
Oh,
fuck?
Owner just flashing
What
in,
the
looking for the
fuck?
damage here onto Elk. Nearly finds him. Super
What
like
the
another
fuck?
but the flag will be planted on the
Faker?
corpse of the enemy AD
Wait,
carry.
what?
BLG trying to get away now as they will not finish off Owner.
wait.
Meanwhile,
Oh, he
Ben
ate
and
him.
Shun
He
not gonna
ate
get
him.
anything
Oh my
topside here versus
god.
Zeus.
Show that
Beautiful
play
stuff
again.
there. Keria is there to save
Wow,
Owner
Keria
as
the
he
goal.
goes in and kills Elk. The Jarvan pick into the Xayah, so clutch there, and that's going to be the tower on it. On top of it, this is
I thought it was 1 for 1, but Keria ate him.
I'm surprised that Elk held on to his ultimate for so long.
Let me watch this again.
Look how much damage he takes before he throws it out. He does have flash himself. He could just flash away here to safety. Gets hit by the zap.
He's almost
dead.
He
ults. At this point, you're just guaranteed to die.
Keria, oh my God!
And then Keria with the flash devour means that the Jarvan lives. There's no way to get that kill because he has the shield. And frankly, a bit of disrespect coming out from Elk. I feel like he had so many tools to live there.
That's team play.
But he didn't want to burn them, and he ends up burning them all
balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Because he knew
early flash.
Keria had his back no matter what.
Just try and
teamwork, team play, pushing limits. They play like one unit.
Yeah, I mean, Ona forced him into a very difficult situation, right? Which was
he burned it anyway.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I'm going to flash, but now you have to flash. You're not going to have it for the next fight. And the idea is good there. Ona, that's all he's trying to do, get those summoner spells out.
What is Alton doing in this game?
Planning on getting the live,
He's taking notes on Keria for his future.
Now T1 have basically equalized the kills.
He's copying what a real support does and trying to learn.
And T1, it definitely feels like the momentum has swung in their favor as BLG is only really getting control over the side lanes.
And Gumayusi is getting Infinity Edge completed, so the Jinx is going to be more of a problem than ever. I feel like if you want to kill him in one of these fights, the only way to do it is if Keria stands too close to the Jinx, and you get a two-man knockup from the Alistar, two-man stun from the counter-strike.
Guma
Some
hurts
way
now.
You can kill him before
the
Kinch can devour him.
When Jinx starts to fucking hurt.
And with T1 continually starting out these fights by
Dude,
chunking down
I'm so glad T1's bot lane kept it together.
And half-elfed him, but now he's
behind
them with a big flank.
He's looking for the fight. Beautiful two-man stun. Gumayusi gets hit by it. On's coming around from the side. Guma's got to be careful, but Shun flashes back over the wall off to the left, keeping himself alive.
As long as Guma lives, it's okay. As long as Guma lives, it's okay. Oh my God!
From the Super Mega Death Rocket.
That's what I'm talking about!
He's excited, and he just can't fight it.
Damn, they're playing so fucking good.
Turning this game on its head and suplexing BLG right back into their base.
That was so well played.
A disconnected fight is punished
Even
so
while
cleanly
down.
from T1.
Dude,
Faker,
yes!
he ended up being the target of Shun's ultimate because he knew that the Devour from
they
Keria was going to protect the AD
dude.
carry. He thought that he could catch Faker off guard, but
they
T1
actually ignored Jax.
BLG don't actually follow up, so keep your eyes. Good stun here from Yagao. Shun turns his
Insanely good stun. I thought it was over.
But there's no one there with him. It's T1 that collapses first, then On locks down Keria. Meanwhile, Gumayusi is completely safe on the backline.
Totally safe. And then,
Elk that gets
dude, what a fucking
assassinated by the ultimate from Gumayusi.
Guma Jinx stays safe the whole time, turns around the double. Beautiful stuff from them. I mean, it's so difficult because there's a top catch right next to the Jinx, and then Faker has the crown of the Shattered Queen, so
if they had timed the Jax stun with the Yagao stun,
they kind of lost the
they would have
fight
had real
right
teamwork and they would have won.
You want to talk about no
if Jax
health.
was
Two
on the
fights in a row
Jinx,
now. Owner has walked away with 100 HP remaining on his Jarvan, playing around his limits superbly on this engager.
The one thing, or the two things that they did get in that fight, though, are both of
Guma's Faker instead of Guma. That's so
stupid.
stupid.
Been holding his summoner spells
Imagine ulting Faker who has one ult bot of a unit, and not Guma who does all the damage.
Maybe they can do something about this Jinx. All you have to worry about now is the Tahm Kench ultimate.
I actually literally think Vi ulting the wrong person lost in that fight.
Well, man, if I'm looking at BLG win conditions right now, I'm looking at the man on my screen, Yagao, 4-1 and 0 on this Syndra. We've been seeing him hit scatter the weeks left, right, and center this game. I feel like if BLG want to stop the momentum swing that T1's been earning for themselves, Yagao's the man who's got to do it.
And I think that they have to commit to the split push. Ben has Hullbreaker built on the Jax. That's where they got their early leads. Him getting back-to-back solo kills. Ben has got to do Ben things. He has got to take over. He has got to create pressure.
No
and kind of
doubt.
force his own win con.
Ben is the only way for them back in this game.
T1
Actually, Faker T1 now has a gold lead.
You start that objective
from a deficit.
Say,
they got two dragons from a deficit.
Jinx Oriana, we're going to mount this objective. If you don't TP in, then we're going to secure it. They get the TP, and then they can leave. Or they can even choose to take the fight if they feel like they're in a strong enough position. So I feel like that they actually have answers to mitigate this split push.
Jax.
This is where I start to get concerned for BLG right now. They're taking what objectives on the map they can, but they still haven't been able to break open this mid-tier 1,
3 dragons
which would give them so much
T1.
more control over the enemy jungle.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That top lane tier
this is
1
like 2
gone.
games now, and BLG
Finally,
hasn't
the
fought for
gold
1
lead
dragon.
Was back in BLG's favor just for a second, but not
What's
really
our coach
longer
saying,
than that.
bro?
It's so even here in this game. T1 being on soul point now. The next Drake should be highly contested.
Yeah, it's
I
going to
feel
be a
like
big
just
fight.
because the power of that soul can be so
Big fight
overwhelming. Of course,
in
Cloud Drake is one of the
4
ones that
minutes.
becomes more subjective depending on the team comp, depending on exactly which champions you have available. For something like Tahm Kench, it can be super strong because you become just an F1 car once you devour somebody.
I am the speed.
Ginger is also playing great this game, I gotta be honest with you.
Crazy fast.
Yagao,
But
4-1,
we'll see
great
exactly
CS.
what they want to fight over here next as
6
Zin is
zillion
trying
damage.
to keep that
Ginger's hard to
streak
play
alive.
too.
Meanwhile, the rest of BLG just
It feels
giving
like
some control, some vision here in the top side.
regular
Remember, they do
players
not
never
want to
play
allow that
Syndra,
Baron to
and
go over.
world champions
specifically
play
because
Syndra
of what you were
all
talking
the
about
time.
earlier, Kobe.
Oh, I just
God
want to see the
gamers play
Formula
Syndra.
1 catfish. Garia certainly would be quite the driver, you have to think. But it's kind of hard, I guess. You know, Bin, even with the hull breaker, Gragas just kind of holds
their whole
the wave
bottom
in
lane is
front of
getting
tower.
outclassed.
Zeus is why you
Out-fucking-classed.
pick the neutralizing
This is
pick
the
of the
Guma
Gragas,
Carrier show, and they're
allowing
carrying
the rest
T1
of T1
back
here
into this game.
to wait out and
To the
buy
lead,
time
actually.
for Guma's double summoner spells to come back up. He already has the Ghost, only a little bit left on his flash, and T1 can try and pull off that team fight again.
And when you're talking about the Gragas being a neutralizer, just stopping the Jax by surviving, he's got the 2 powerful active items that do that. The Everfrost, the Zonias. These are great at buying time to be able to stop Jax from doing what he wants to do. On level 9 on the Alistar, lowest level in the game right now. We've been talking about how he's been
level
getting
9
chunked out,
is
even having to blow his
incredibly
ult before
sad.
this fight start. As now they go in after Owner, but
what a
nicely
hit from
buffered.
Yagao.
Gumayushi
Nice,
survives the
dude,
unleashed
Keria.
power thanks to
Dude,
Keria.
Keria is just a goat.
Explode you
Keria is who you want
this
next
is
to
a
you in the
large part of why
foxhole,
they
dude.
picked the Tahm
He'll
Kench
take the grenade
into
for
the Vi
you.
and into the
but they go back in. Now they're going to look for Faker, who has to try to get away. Headbutt Pole will be flashed out of.
Yagao is actually
T1
hitting so many
will keep
stunts.
both their
It's
carries
scary.
alive here.
On
It's
trying to
very
predict
scary.
the flash there from Faker. You saw the W in, and then On actually matched the flash. Unfortunately, he was a little bit short. Couldn't quite connect on to Faker, which means that Faker will get away with his life. But BLG feeling a lot more confident with their mid control. They're moving towards the Baron
Elk's
now.
ulting for fun.
No way they're going to start this one off.
It would be mad.
They're not going to start Baron, bro.
Nope, okay.
But maybe that is BLG.
They're 5 stacking
that
the bush.
prediction, though, that was so close to working. On was thinking Faker's going to go right towards this tower, but Faker's angle on his flash a little bit more down
can't
the
predict
corridor,
Faker's
not
flash,
directly
bro. Don't even
back
try.
towards it, so just on the outskirts.
There's a reason he's the GOAT, man. Just the smallest things can make the
He
biggest
is
difference.
the GOAT. Dude, Ben is a
elusive
monster.
Very difficult to pin
The way
down
you
Faker.
said that is different from the
Monster.
way that he said it. I don't know why, but there was like an inflection thing. I don't know.
Kobe's
Everyone
applying
toot your train whistles at home.
GOAT trying to hide around the barn.
We need to
out
get
in the
T1
Have you
support.
seen the mountain goats up on those tiny cliffs? Like, it is crazy.
They're trying to catch Owner this time, but instead it's On, and Gumayushi's unstoppable. They found Yagao! Shut down for Faker! Enemy mid,
That's
dead!
dude
Enemy
on
engaged,
through this
dead.
game. That's
Baron
so funny.
is the
I would be
target
so
for T1.
furious at
T1's
On. I
gonna
would
get that
fucking
for
find his
sure.
Twitter and
Unless
dox
Shun
him.
does
I
a
would
crazy
fucking
miracle,
sniper
but they're
wolf him.
sending
If he's
Zeus
just so
right
lucky.
for him. The two
On is
bouncers
off,
here,
dude.
Keria and Zeus, gonna make sure he's getting nowhere near that thing.
It's not getting an opportunity to
College,
even
in
try.
college.
Oh, but they got him with a
Different
tongue lash.
Oh!
Elk after flash of the wall. Elk with a potential massive outplay as Zeus goes into the stasis.
Doesn't matter. That's all the Guma.
Gumayushi is dominating
Nah,
and
Ben, you can't do shit, bro.
Here with the counter strike. They got the Baron. They got back in mid.
They got the
kept
Baron.
everybody
They got
alive.
fucking
T1
everyone's alive.
have grabbed control of this game.
Unbelievable. The
They
early
actually
game was
just
so
fucking
dominant from
outclassed
BLG.
them, dude.
But we talked about how they only need a
Faker
single
gave him
team
hope
fight.
with 2 deaths.
Owner finds the play. On thinks that he's caught Owner
I'd be
off
so mad
guard.
if I was Ben.
Yagao and On, they
Dude,
think they
or
see an
Yagao.
opportunity, but look at the minimap.
Honestly,
The
it's
rest of
literally
BLG
On. On gets
anywhere
caught or
near.
fucked up at the beginning of every
Nice
fight.
flash from Owner.
He's got
The
0
follow-up
assists.
from
He's got no
Keria, the kill
hoes.
from
He's got no
Faker.
bitches. He's got no
Everything
fucking
is so clean.
gold.
And
He's
then you
got no
see here,
fucking.
Shun trying to get something back, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, they
He's
try and
getting-
push
he's
down
just getting
in, and
owned, bro.
Elk here, looking for the big burst play with the blade
No
crawler.
crypto?
He flashes it through, but Zeus has his Zonias.
Dude,
He's able to get
just-
over to Keria. Keria devours him. Faker as well with his Zonias. Or stopwatch. Not quite sure if he had finished it there. Just
Whatever,
the stopwatch is
it's a
broken.
stasis, it's the
It'll
same
be
thing.
a Zonia soon.
Yeah.
But
Funny, I
comes the
think
soul.
Ben's just keeping
so
his
much
KDA high.
denial there from T1 and Guma
Ben
on
wants to
this
lose
jinx.
this game 2-0.
And we were skeptical.
So he can be
And
like,
Chance
I didn't-
like,
it's not
will
my
he be able
fault.
to stay safe? Yes. The
I never died. I
resounding
won my
answer
lane.
From all of T1
That's
is
what he
yes.
wants.
Faker with his crown shattered.
Okay, Owner with the engage, forcing the flash at Yagao. Beautiful flag.
Just keep Guma alive, you win.
Right back out
as long as Guma's alive, oh, look at Bin's already half. He can't do shit. Guma's too strong. Guma, look at on dead again. Yes! 2-0! 2-0! T1!
Absolutely rolling.
Look at Guma.
Double kill for
He's
Guma.
just too fucking strong. A triple.
Another. Ben's the last man left alive, and he's gonna walk home with a broken leg. T1 absolutely dominating.
Well, you know what they should do? Can I coach?
With a scratch.
Can I coach BLG? You know what you should do is send fucking Vi on Faker again.
Devour. Carrier didn't even
And
use
tell
his
Vi to
Devour
ult
in the
Faker
fight.
halfway through the fight after they already blew their fucking bro. That's a good idea. Keep doing that.
It was crazy, just a one-sided
Don't do
fight
anything on
from
Guma.
T1. We talked about how they've been ramping up throughout this tournament, and T1 are here to play. They're looking to secure a spot in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, get Chunk to half.
And they're looking to do it
Get your people to Chunk to half HP. And then after you're panicking, have fucking Vi ult Faker.
All right. They started out on Faker and just look for the first kill. It's a heavy target on
Actually, doesn't matter.
He does have a stopwatch,
Because everyone
but the
gets
zap
chunked by
hits
Guma in
before
2
on
hits.
goes for the engage. There's no DPS follow-up, and once again, these supports have been walking loot pinatas, especially on the Alistar. Going down, Guma gets excited. The rest of them chase forward. The front line for T1.
Oh, hell, back in the action.
Back in the action yet again. Shun trying to get away. Super
Atrioc
Mega Dead Rocket not going to find the
properly.
target, but Gumayushi finds the kill on Elk instead, and they'll happily take that. Ben trying to disengage with a lead strike back to his jungler, but now he's going to be thrown up in the air by Owner again. Shut down Gumayushi. T1 may have just won the game.
I'll say it. People don't give him enough credit.
Another convincing fight for T1. BLG just, they have no options in the fight. T1 are just consistently getting the better of them. Shown is forced to retreat the TP.
But
now
you
coming in from both
0-5-0.
Zeus and Faker.
T1 are ready to end it here. The
You
early
are
game
0-5-0, Alistair. You have literally done nothing positive for your team the whole game.
It was not
You have actually legitimately just give them...
The greatest team ever in League of Legends is ready to bring it back and do it again. They're on the Nexus, and they're on their way.
Damn, that feels good. Let's go. Oh, we gotta watch.
A bit of a revenge for MSI. T1 will take this series over BLG.
Guma,
hey, give the MVP to On.
Incredible performance on the center. 11-0-3.
Give the MVP to On, dude. I've been siphoning your sub money, and I've been sending it to him.
He was the main character from Arcane in this game. I'll tell you that.
Give him the bow.
He was. The crowd fully in support of T1.
T1.
And again, you can't talk about the AD carry without talking about the support. Carrier back-to-back top bench games.
Man,
wow,
that was
what a performance.
From the bot lane. I mean, Faker, not that he did nothing. Faker was solid, but that was not a Faker show. That was the glue guy Faker leading on his fucking all-star bottom lane. Damn, Guma and Carrier look fucking great. What a comeback. God damn it. All right, so quarterfinals. Oh, you see that? You see that fucking 2-0? Watching the draw? Oh, dude, you guys are missing it. You're missing Faker. He did a nice thumbs up for the... are they doing a draw right now?
Oh, yeah, I love these guys, man.
The energy is good from T1. They continue their record, only dropping a single game. While it's not a group stage, the Swiss stage, they maintain their record throughout history, only dropping that single game.
And this team, with these players, been put together. They've been to so many finals.
Sheesh.
With the rumors of them not staying together, I really want to see them get one.
We'll
Oh,
see
man.
how far they can go. They're looking good in this.
You really wanted Kobe? I played Magic with Kobe a lot because we live near each other. And we do these Magic drafts. Kobe Bryant? Yeah, Kobe Bryant. He's not dead. So, house now? Yeah, house after this. Damn, I'm so fucking happy. I'm so fucking happy. They're going to do draw now? Time to buy those tickets? They're not in finals yet. I can't fly out to watch fucking semis and they lose. It's not. How often does he say the faithful shall be rewarded in casual conversation? That's a great question. Here's what he does. Here's what Kobe does. Kobe's actually pretty good at Magic the Gathering, but he always looks at his cards and is like, what does vigilance mean? What does reach mean? And then he plays and drafts super fucking well. It's like he's fucking doing a bit. He does it. I've seen him do it like, I'm not kidding, like fucking 6 times at different drafts. He knows what they mean, bro. He knows what they mean. Man, that was so fucking sick. What a fucking beast mode of a comeback by fucking T1. And that's just confidence. That's just fucking pure confidence. To know that you can be up against the world's best jacks, up 2-0, every lane of theirs doing well, basically, and then you guys clutch it out, outplay, fundamentally, get the objectives, play better team fights. That's I wouldn't want to be against T1. The only one I'm worried about is fucking Gen G and Stans' stupid ass. God, I'm going to be so annoyed if I have to hang out with Stans and Gen G won the goddamn tournament. Or if they draw Gen G and I have to watch T1 Gen G and just someone else knock them out. Gen G will choke if they don't fight a fucking top Korean team. Put Gen G versus China. They'll choke. Yeah, JDG versus Gen G. Let me get that. Gen G versus NRG. NA never stops, baby. They took down G2. They'll take down fucking Gen G. The NRG finals, dude. NRG T1. What a great day. NA and T1 won. I know. And it's cool because T1 is honorary NA. I've given them the America Pass. The draw in a few minutes isn't for quarters, just for final rounds of Swiss. Oh, it's over? There's no more Faker stuff? No more T1 stuff? T1 can't get Gen G or JDG in quarters. Then I'm going to bed, bro. That's all I was worried about. Drop my train whistle. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Wait, what is this? Look at this. Look at this.
Expectations.
It's crazy.
Like,
If
they
they
go
go
high. How high are their expectations?
Tell me about it.
My goodness.
Say, Maurits, you were singing Carrier's praises. Do you want to continue
that
that?
again?
Yeah, because we really got to. Because I think that this is also something that I really wouldn't expect from T1, which is they are at the forefront of a positive meta development. They've been at the forefront of a lot of them.
Lost more than
Jin Yumis and
look at this. 7-1, 6-0, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 4-1.
Sorry, has been to me the most impressive catch that we have in BLCK, and we have been having a tournament of dive, and the counter dive just hasn't really been there, right? And particularly against BLG, the team that I think plays that style exceptionally well. As Faker's behind us, so obviously it's going to be very loud. I think that the Kench to me was the biggest difference maker today. In game 1, it kind of blew open the game, but in game 2, it was really just
Carry Tom Kench. You better ban it. You better fucking ban it. You better get Riot to give you extra bans. God, that was fucking sick. All right, boys. Are G2 out? No, I don't think they're out, right? They get one more chance. I think G2 gets one more chance. But if they lost to NRG, what kind of chance do you need, bro? Thanks for watching. I'm going to bed. I'm going to try and run tomorrow. I got to fucking sleep. But I'm so glad I stayed up. I'm so glad I stayed up, and I'm so glad T1 won 2-0. Yes! This could happen. I get to go to fucking finals with my boy Ben SW. Walk around Korea again. I might do some IRL streams. Shit's gonna be gas. Later, skaters. Appreciate you. Bye.